accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Is it first time you're joining, Mataji?
Uh, yes, because I thought there's a class now. I have joined for that
Okay,
one, that
yes,
is why.
yes, yes.
Yeah, for Japa
Thank you,
one, I
Mataji,
had
for
joined, but
joining.
then, yeah, in group, I think for me, it's hard to, then I get distracted. So,
Okay, okay. Thank you, Mataji,
sorry,
for joining.
Mataji,
Please,
sorry. Yeah, Hare
please
Krishna.
join regularly, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mm. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today, we are very fortunate to have His Grace Adi Gadadhar Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya Khanda, third chapter, 179 through 191 verses. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to read today's Srila Prabhupada's quote, 14th October. I have given the ideas. Now you give the shape. Vrindavan, October 14, 1977. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhuji on the call. I don't see Prabhuji. I'll continue chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah, Prabhuji is there. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to your wonderful services, Prabhu. Thank you so much for joining this mid-morning and enlightening us on the topic of Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Khanda, Chapter 3, Prabhuji. The verses are... one second. Verses are 179 through 191. Thank you, Prabhuji. Over to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for your kindness. Hare Krishna. So let's get started with our Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soham Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let me share my screen so all of you can see the beautiful verses of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Mahasaya. All the purports are by His Divine Grace Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, the revered spiritual master of our revered founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Sri Srimad Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Text 179 of the Antya khanda of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. दामोदर स्वरूप मिलीला कत दिने रात्रि दिने जहार विहार प्रभु सने. After a few days, Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami also joined Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there and enjoyed pastimes with the Lord day and night. दामोदर स्वरूप संगीत रसमय जार ध्वनि सुनीले प्रभुर नृत्य है. Hari Bol. Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami was expert in the art of music. Damodar Swarup Sangeet Rasmay. He was very nipun. He was very expert in the art of devotional music. Jara Dhwani Shunile. On hearing his voice, Mahaprabhura Nritya hai. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would begin dancing. Hari Bol. This is Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami. He is incarnation, said to be incarnation of Shri Lalita Sakhi. Text 180. दामोदर स्वरूप संगीत रसमय जार ध्वनि सुनीले प्रभुर नृत्य है. 81 181. दामोदर स्वरूप. Is it repeated? No, I repeat. Okay. In Damodar Mass, we are getting to chant so many names of Damodar. दामोदर स्वरूप मिलीला कत दिने रात्रि दिने जहार विहार प्रभु सने. What is the context? I'm sorry. I don't know. The Lord said, "Today my son was born and mother and present before me." After speaking these words, the Lord embraced his dear devoted soul with tears. Paramananda also being ecstatic for himself. They continued to offer respect to each other. Sometime Paramananda, the board of Lord Chaitanya, the Lord greatly pleased to receive Paramananda has kept him among his associates. Paramananda stayed there and Hare Krishna. So Swarup Damodar Goswami is united with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They're enjoying their bhakti leelas day and night. Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami was very expert in singing devotional songs, and hearing his kirtan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be induced to dance. Chara dhvani shunile prabhura nritya hai. Prabhu means Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 181. दामोदर स्वरूप परमानंद पुरी शेषखंड ए दुई संगे अधिकारी. Aha. Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Paramananda Puri were two principal associates of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Shesha Leela, Shesha Khanda Leela, the final pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, Sri Paramananda Puri, Sri Ramananda Rai, they were the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the later pastimes. Sri Paramananda Puri is an incarnation of Sri Uddhav, and Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami is an incarnation of Sri Lalita Sakhi. Sri Purushottam Bhattacharya, who later became known as Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, and Sri Paramananda Puri, who was a disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri. Whose disciple was Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami? Raise your hands. Whose disciple was Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami? He was a disciple of Shri. Okay, you think and tell me in the end. Shri Paramananda Puri was a disciple of Shri Madhavendra Puri. Attend the constant association of Shri Gaura Sundar. Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami, who was the godbrother of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Paramananda Puri, who was the disciple of the Param Guru of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Madhavendra Puri. They were constant associates of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Gaura Sundar. They became principal associates of the Lord because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed with them day and night and heard songs in glorification of Sri Sri Radha Govinda from the lotus mouth of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami. 182. এই মতে নীলাচলে যে যে ভক্তগণ অল্পে অল্পে আসি হইলা সবার মিলন. This is all happening in Sri Jagannath Puri Dham. In this way, various devotees gradually joined Lord Sri Chaitanya Dev in Shri Nilachal Dham, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has finished his traveling and he has come back from the South India Yatra, and now he is staying in Jagannath Puri, or maybe the South India Yatra is not so much described in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken sannyas and he has come to Sri Jagannath Puri, and now he has domiciled himself in Sri Jagannath Puri Dham, and all the devotees, like rivers meeting the ocean, are confluencing at Sri Jagannath Puri, Sri Nilachal Dham. How many of you have been to Sri Nilachal Dham? Please raise your hands. Hari Bol. Shri Nilachal Dham ki jai. All these great devotees lived there in Shri Nilachal Dham. যে যে পারষদেরা জন্ম উৎকলে হইলা তাহারও অল্পে অল্পে আসিয়া মিলিলা. Utkal means Orissa. All the Lord's associates who had taken birth in Orissa also gradually joined Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri Dham, which is in Orissa. मिलीला प्रद्युम्न मिश्र प्रेमेर शरीर परमानंद रामानंद दुई महाधीर. Yes. Shri Pradyumna Mishra, whose body was filled with love of Godhead, it should be whose, not who. Pradyumna Mishra, whose body was filled with love of God, as well as Shri Paramananda Puri and Shri Ramananda Rai, two most sober personalities, all joined the Lord. Who can tell me about Shri Pradyumna Mishra? Who is Shri Pradyumna Mishra? Raise your hand. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chinmayi Vrajapriya Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I don't know if I'm correct, but was this the person who reached Mahaprabhu for instructions and then he was directed by Mahaprabhu to go to Ramanand Rai? And
One devotee came to
uh,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to learn about Rasa Tattva, and
mhm.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him to go to Sri Ramananda Rai, and yes, that pious, fortunate person was Shri Pradyumna Mishra. Absolutely right. This is Antya Leela of Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very nice. So
Thank
happy
you.
that you remember that. And he was first bewildered. He came to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, what kind of person you made me visit to discuss Rasa, Krishna Rasa? Mahaprabhu said, no, you go again. Go again. He was bewildered by the activities of Sri Ramananda Rai. But then he went and he was completely satisfied with Rasa description by Sri Ramananda Rai. That was Sri Pradyumna Mishra, a very great Brahmana Vishnu. Damodara Pandita Shri Shankara Pandita Kata dine asiya haila upanita. Shri Damodar Pandit And Sri Shankar Pandit also came there within a few days. Tell me a few words about Sri Damodar Pandit and tell me a few words about Sri Shankar Pandit. Please raise your hands. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. One more time. Okay, Sunil Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Damodar Pandit is very strict in Vaishnava etiquette. Mahaprabhu taught the principle of simplicity to him, and Shankar Pandit is his brother.
Very good. Shri Damodar Pandit, he is the brother of Shri Jagadananda Pandit. And Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a very different rasa with Shri Damodar Pandit. Shri Damodar Pandit used to chastise Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Which no one dared to do. One time there was a young boy who used to come to get the association, to get the darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also greatly favored that young boy because he was innocent. He was very much devoted to Krishna consciousness. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recognized that and he became very fond of that young boy. But Sri Damodar Pandit was not happy. He chastised Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of his pure love. He said, that boy is faultless, but he has one fault. He is faultless except one fault. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, what is the fault of that boy? He comes to meet me every day. Sri Damodar Pandit told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his mother is Rupavati and Taruni. That is his fault. And she's a widow. She's a widow. She doesn't have a husband. And she's young and beautiful. And this boy is her son. If you associate with that son, the ordinary common people might conjure up some rumors and start spreading those rumors that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I don't even want to say, Hare Krishna. They will spread rumors. Then what will happen to dharma? What will happen to your reputation? Can't you see this? Stop associating with that boy. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, I will stop associating with that boy. You have such protective feelings for me. But then this is not proper because Damodar Pandit is a brahmachari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sannyasi. It is not proper for him to chastise Mahaprabhu like this. And other devotees may get bewildered by this rasa. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Damodar Pandit, there is no one like you. You are a strict disciplinarian. They need you in Navadvip. Go to Navadvip. Go and stay with Shrimati Shachi Mata. Tell her about my activities. Tell her my pastimes. Give her joy. And make sure all the devotees there are practicing and following the Vaishnava etiquette. So our Damodar Pandit went to Navadvip and he became the Vaishnava etiquette policeman, Vaishnava etiquette vigilante. And everybody was very scared of him. He would enforce the Vaishnava etiquette. Hey, why are you doing like this? You're not supposed to do like that. Hey, don't do that. And all the devotees, whenever Damodar Pandit would come, they would start following all Vaishnava etiquette. That is our Damodar Pandit, Shri Damodar Pandit. He is an incarnation of, if I remember correctly, he is an incarnation of Shaibya Sakhi, who is in the Radha Vipaksha group, opposite camp. The Shankar Pandit, everybody can keep yourself on mute, please. Shri Shankar Pandit is another great devotee, and Shri Shankar Pandit had the greatest good fortune of becoming the pillow for the Padakamal, the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev in Gambhira. When Mahaprabhu lived in Gambhira, he used to escape at night through 3 locked doors. Such was his utkantha, his enthusiasm to meet Sri Krishna. At the middle of the night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, inside Gambhira, would hear Sri Krishna playing the flute outside. Oh, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say, "Oh, I want to meet Krishna. Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi, Vamshi Vata Sthita, Karshana Venu." He's Vamshivata Tata Sthita. He's standing under the Vamshivat tree and Karshana Venu attracting me by his flute. Gopinath Shri Astana. I'm coming, Gopinath. I'm coming, Krishna. And Mahaprabhu, in his eagerness, when he could not go outside, would rub his face against the wall. He would get all scratched up, abrasions, bleeding. And then, not being able to meet Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Srimati Radharani in Radha Bhav, would become very sankuchit, would become very small, very humble. Oh, I'm not able to meet, I'm not able to meet Sri Krishna, I'm not qualified to meet. He would become very small, 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 small. And then he would escape easily through the small cracks under the door. And he would go outside and he would be found with the Telangana cows. He would be found in the ocean. He would be found in different places trying to find Krishna. The devotees decided, Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, Govinda, they decided it's not safe for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The only way out is someone has to sleep inside Gambhira with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, be there to watch over Mahaprabhu. We need a devotee who is a very light sleeper, someone who wakes up easily. Oh, that is Shankar Pandit. He's a very saral brahmachari. He's a very simple brahmachari. He's a light sleeper and he loves Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev. So Sri Shankar Pandit was given the service later on to be inside the Gambhira at night. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would discuss the deeper aspects of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Ramananda Rai at night. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would discuss esoteric books like Srila Jayadeva Goswami's Gita Govind, the poems and songs of Vidyapati and Chandidas ji, Shri Vidyapati, Shri Chandidas, Shri Krishna Karnamrit by Srila Bilwa Mangal Thakur. These were the books that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished, also the writings of Sri Ramananda Rai. And this Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would relish till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night. At that time, Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Ramananda Rai would go to their respective residences. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be inside Gambhira with Shankar Pandit. Sri Shankar Pandit would request Mahaprabhu to lie down and take a rest for the night. Because again, 3 o'clock, Mahaprabhu has to wake up and go and start his Dinacharya. Only few minutes are left for him to take a rest. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would lie down to take a rest. And lest Mahaprabhu escape, Sri Shankar Pandit would place the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his heart. Yatte sujata charanam buruham staneshu bhitashane. Very carefully, he would keep the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his chest. That was Shankar Pandit. He was known as the pillow for the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu Shri Chaitanya Dev. Shri Damodar Pandit, Shri Shankar Pandit ki jai. Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari Narsimhera Das Jahara Sharire Nar Simhera Prakash. Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari, not to be confused with Shri Pradyumna Mishra. There's another devotee. Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari, also called as, who knows the other name of Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari? Please raise your hands. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari was also called, yes, Priya Mataji.
Swarup Damodar Das Prabhuji.
Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari was also called as Narsimananda Brahmachari.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No problem. Shri Narsimananda Brahmachari. Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari Narsimhera Das Jahara Sharir Narasimhera Prakash. Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari was a servant of Lord Shri Narsimhadev. He was a devotee of Shri Narsimhadev. Which other great Srimad Bhagavatam Tikakar, our Acharya, very favorite of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was also a devotee of Lord Narasimhadev? Can you tell me? Srimad Bhagavatam Tikakar. Yes, Suyasha Mataji.
Sridhar
Yes.
Swami Prabhuji.
Yes, Srila Sridhar Swami, the original Tikakar. He was a pure devotee of Lord Narasimhadev. Ugropi anugra evayam, so bhaktanam nirikreshari, keshari vaso potanam annesham ugra vikram. This beautiful verse quoted in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is from the 7th canto commentary of Srila Sridhar Swami. Hari Bol. Anybody knows the name of his Tika on Srimad Bhagavatam? Raise your hand. Yes, Suyasha Mataji.
Sridhari. Sridhari.
Sridhari. Very convenient. What is Prabhupada's commentary called? Prabhupada commentary. Shri Bhaktivedanta purports. Who knows the name of the Tika of Srila Sridhar Swami? Don't say Sridhari Tika. Suyasha Mataji, that was the ultimate answer today. Yes, who knows the name of the commentary? Tell me later on. Okay. 187. कीर्तने विहरे नरसिंह न्यासी रूपे जानिया रहिलासी प्रभुर समीपे. When Shri Narsimananda Brahmachari or Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari, by the way, dear devotees, Brahmachari is a very respectable title given to some very great devotees. Do you know any other devotee who was later on given the title Brahmachari? If you tell the answer to this question, which great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was given the title Brahmachari later on in life? Later on in life, Preeti Vilasini Mataji will give you a very special gift. Hari Bol. She's standing with the gift. I can see. If you answer this question, which great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his later life was given the title Brahmachari? Hari Bol. कीर्तने विहरे नरसिंह न्यासी रूपे जानिया रहिला आसी प्रभुर समीपे. When Shri Pradyumna Brahmachari understood that Lord Shri Narasimhadev was enjoying kirtan pastimes in the form of a sannyasi, he came and joined the Lord. He understood that the sannyasi Thakur in Nilachal Dham is none other than my Narasimhadev. Shri Narasimha has appeared as Gaurasimha. 188. भगवान आचार्य आईला महाशय श्रवणे ओजारे नाही परशे विषय. The great personality Shri Bhagavan Acharya, who would never hear of material enjoyment, also came there. Shri Bhagavan Acharya would never hear any topics concerning sense gratification. He would hear only topics related to Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Naam, Shri Krishna Roop, Shri Krishna Gun. Lord Krishna's names, forms, and qualities. Gramya katha na shunibe, gramya vartha na kohibe, bhala na paribe, ara bhala na khaibe. He would only hear the gramya katha na shunibe, gramya vartha na kohibe. He would not hear any nonsense gossip. Because garbage in, garbage out. Sri Bhagavan Acharya, very great devotee, he would only hear Krishna Katha. Ears have to be chaste to Shri Krishna. I will only hear glories of Shri Krishna, only hear Krishna Naam. There is Sri Bhagavan Acharya, who can tell some pastime connected to Sri Bhagavan Acharya. Raise your hand, please. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sunil Prabhu.
Pranam. Prabhuji, in that Bhagwan Acharya, like his son in his brother, I don't know, one Gopal, but he used to come and he wanted to hear Mayavad from him. And Saubdamodar Goswami chastised Gopal, your sange tumhar buddhi brushed hoila. In the association of Gopal, your buddhi got brushed. And then he used a series of shlokas, like why should we not hear Mayavad? That past time I know, Prabhu. And he sang
Haribol.
Chota Haridas Thakur also.
I don't know how much you know. Haribol. I don't know as much as you know. Very nice. Thank you. Yes, Shri Bhagwan Acharya was very bhola bhala, sarala Vaishnav. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita describes. He was Saral Vaishnava, very simple hearted. He would believe anything. Some acquaintance came and from his village and wrote a verse glorifying Lord Jagannath and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Bhagavan Acharya was very happy. Very nice, very nice, very nice composition, very nice poetry. And wanted to read it to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this poet. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's rule was anything that will be presented to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first has to go through the scrutiny and censorship of Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami, because he knows the mind of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swarup and Rup, they know the mind of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Rupa Goswami. Haribo. And when Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami read that composition, he said, "This is Mayavad. This is Mayavad. You, you are considering that the Jagannath is different from his body. You are considering Jagannath to be wooden body, and then there is a pran inside Jagannath's wooden body. But that is wrong. Everything is Chinmay. In Bhagwan, there is no distinction of Atma and Deha. Everything is Chinmay. Everything is Satchidananda Vigraha. It is not that only the Atma of Shri Krishna is Satchidananda. His Sharir is not Satchidananda. That is Mayavad. They say that Brahman takes the form of these material forms of Krishna, Ram, Varaha. These all, they have akar, they have form, they appear at a certain point, they disappear at a certain point. They are not eternal. This is Mayavad philosophy. So to consider that there is a difference between Jagannath's body and Jagannath's soul is Mayavad. You should not write like that. And then Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami, out of his mercy and kindness, slightly edited that verse to make it appropriate based on the Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. And then the poet was happy, Bhagwan Acharya was happy, and everyone was happy. Haribo, that is Sri Bhagwan Acharya. 189. এই মত যতে কসবে কয়থা ছিলাস something is amiss. এই মত যতে কসেবক যথা ছিলা সবেই প্রভুর পার্শ্বে আসিয়া মিলিলা. In this way, the servants of the Lord came from various places and joined the Lord in Sri Jagannath Puridham. Many, many devotees from all over the country came. প্রভু দেখি সবার হইলা দুঃখ নাশ সবে করে প্রভু সঙ্গে কীর্তন বিলাস. We have to do till 191. Prabhu dekhi sabar haila dukkhanash. When they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all their distress was vanquished. Sabe kare Prabhu sange kirtana vilas. And what were they doing with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Participating in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kirtan pastimes. Sannyasira rupe vaikunthera adhipati kirtana karena sarva bhaktera samhati. The Lord of Vaikuntha, in the form of a sannyasi, thus performed kirtan in the association of all the devotees. This is Mahaprabhu. Sannyasi Thakur, but actually he is Vaikunthera Adhipati. He is the Supreme Lord of Vaikuntha. He is Vaikuntheshwar, Mahaprabhu. As sannyasi, he is teaching Sankirtan. Because it is Sankirtan that will give us Krishna Prem. Nirapradhe nama lele पावे प्रेम धन. तार मध्य सर्वश्रेष्ठ नाम संकीर्तन निरपराधे नाम लेले पावे प्रेम धन. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Sri Sanatan Goswami in the 4th chapter of Antya of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. That Lord of Vaikuntha in the form of sannyasi, sannyasakrit, as Vishnu Sahasranam says, thus performed kirtan in the association of all the devotees, performing kirtan. Hari Bol, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. So in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is living in Sri Nilachal Dham, Sri Jagannath Puri Dham. Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami came and united with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his intimate associate. So did Sri Pradyumna Mishra. So did so many devotees. They all assembled in Shri Nilachal Dham. Damodar Pandit came. Shankar Pandit came. So many devotees came. They are doing kirtan. That is the mainstay. They are discussing Krishna Katha. साधु संग नाम कीर्तन भागवत श्रवण मथुरावास श्री मूर्तिर श्रद्धाय सेवन. They're engaging in the limbs of bhakti together and happily living Krishna conscious lives. This material world, my dear friends, is filled with uncertainty, filled with problems, filled with reversals, always unpredictable, and there is always some disturbance in this material world. We don't know what will happen. Nothing is stable in this world. And therefore, our best situation is to be always situated in Krishna consciousness. We cannot control so many things in this world, but we can control our consciousness. And we should be Krishna conscious because that is the only safe and secure position in this material world. Hare Krishna. I will stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai. We have plenty of time, so if there are any questions, I am happy to attempt. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the beautiful class and thank you for the quiz. Thank you for the devotees who were answering these questions nicely.
Yes,
Nice to learn from everyone. Hare Krishna.
yes. That's why we are asking.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for that quiz. I should write down those questions and answers in my book. Thank you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, if anybody have any questions, realizations, please go ahead. Yes, uh, go ahead, Prabhuji or Mataji.
This. Why does that go to a bar?
Go ahead. I-
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
Swarup Damodar, the Goswami is disciple of Paramananda Puri.
Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami is a disciple of Shri Ishwar Puri, as far as I remember. It was Shri Ishwar Puri who ordered these devotees like Govinda to serve Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami was a sannyasi, like Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He took sannyas after Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His name was Purushottam Brahmachari, but he took sannyas after Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, but he never accepted the sannyas name because he was um, not wanting to be on the same level as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wanted to be always a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, they also never took sannyas. They took Babaji Vesh. They didn't want to be on the same level as their Lord and Master Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swarup Damodar Goswami was a Prakhand Pandit, very greatly noted scholar, but nobody had heard his voice. He never spoke. He was Maun, always quiet. He would speak only when necessary. He would sing kirtan, he would sing nice songs, he would converse with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But otherwise, with ordinary people, he would hardly ever speak. Most people had never heard him speak. That was Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami. Yet when he would sing, he had the sweetest voice, like a cuckoo bird. Hare Krishna. Swarup Damodar Goswami was contemporary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Paramananda Puri was disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri, which puts him on the same level as Sri Ishwar Puri, Brahmananda Bharati Paramananda Puri. Even Sri Advaita Acharya, Sri Yadunandan Thakur, then Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Nityananda Prabhu, they are all disciples of Sripad Madhavendra Puri, the Sanodia Brahman, Sri Rangapuri, from Pandharpur. They were all disciples of Sripad Madhavendra Puri. And what was the other question that we had? We said will tell me later on the answer. There were two questions, no? Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, the name of the name of commentaries of Sridhar Swami, it is Bhagavata Deepika.
Shri Bhavartha Deepika. Very nice. Very cool. There is a difference between Shabdartha and Bhavartha. In English, we say translation, but in Sanskrit, there are two things. There is Shabdartha, where you just give the literal meaning, and there is the Bhavartha, where you express the bhav, the mood of the author. What did Srila Prabhupada do in his translations? Did he do Shabdartha or Bhavartha? What is more important? Srila Prabhupada did Bhavartha. Therefore, sometimes where bhakti is not explicitly mentioned, Srila Prabhupada will mention bhakti there. Because Prabhupada knows what Krishna is saying. Prabhupada knows what Shukdev Goswami is saying. Shri Shukdev Goswami is saying. That is called Bhavartha. Deepika, to shed light on the bhav of the author, or to illuminate us with the bhav of the author, giving us light. Shri Bhavartha Deepika. Hare Krishna. So if there are no more questions, we can stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Haribol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a beautiful class and nice question and answer session. We would like to have your association again and again in this platform, Prabhuji. Thank you for your association. I would like to offer my obeisances to you and all the Vaishnava system on the call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu bhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His praise Adi Gadadhar Prabhuji ki jai.
Krishna Vrinda ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji, koti koti
Thank you,
dandavat.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, dear devotees, for